Hello, everyone. I'm Mark.
I'm Rob.
And welcome to Mark and Rob's Sports Showdown. Guess what? We need some more members, and we need you, just like Uncle Sam. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell. And we're going to talk about football, basketball, and the Olympics on this channel, just if you're new to the channel. And also, please, if you like the video, like it, and feel free to make intelligent, non-insulting comments, which our listeners have been very good about that. We must have a really smart group listening.
Yeah,
All right, last night, it's Caitlin Clark's game number 13, I guess, and they lost pretty badly against Connecticut Sun, 89-72. And the highlight of the game was the fact that she benched 4 out of the 4 starters for a lack of proper defense, right, Rob? Go ahead. You want to talk about what she said after the game?
That's what she stated. She said that, she stated before the game that they have to play better defense because the last time they played the Connecticut Sun, they gave up 30 free throws. So, she said, focusing in on playing better defense instead of using your hands, slide your feet. And apparently that they didn't follow through. So she said, okay, I'm going to bench you.
Yep. Rob was a defensive specialist, if you don't know, in high school and college. So he knows a little bit about it. Caitlin Clark had 4 fouls and only 22 minutes. And, Carrington is an excellent defender, and she's just quicker than Clark. So she has trouble with her. And Clark got pickpocketed twice. The first one, she was dribbling in front of her, and it was clearly her fault. And it was just bad dribbling. The second time, Carrington just made a fantastic play with the reach around because it was on the far side. She just made a fantastic play. And then Clark kind of didn't react quick enough and almost kind of gave up on the play right after that. Didn't go after Carrington when she was driving to the basket. She hesitated and then started going towards the basket, which she can't do. She's got to react right away. I think she was shocked that the ball got stolen, but it really was a great play by Carrington. He's an excellent defender, a very good player.
Carrington, it's one of the few teams. Well, Connecticut's one of the few teams that just play Clark straight up person to person.
Yeah, they didn't double team her much.
Yeah,
they didn't double team her much. The second game in a row, they shouldn't get double team much. I guess teams are tired of double and triple teaming her. Or maybe she was not dribbling into the corner and getting trapped as much. So they figure, what the heck?
Yeah, the sidelines. Yeah, that sideline trap. Oh.
Right. So anyway, Clark didn't shoot poorly. She hit 40% from threes. She was 2 for 5, and I think she missed her last one, right? So she ended up being 3 for 8, and she had 2 assists and a steal, which isn't good. But again, she should have had a couple more assists, but. We've been over that before with them blowing shots, easy shots.
So, Mark, I guess this proves the Olympic committee correct that she shouldn't be on the team. So there you go.
So anytime Dana Taurasi has a bad team, we can say that too. A bad game, we can say that also. We'll cover that in another video.
Yeah.
Anyway, for some reason, I guess she liked the defense of Leah Boston, who does play more of in the post type of defense. She generally covers the tallest person on the other team, and she does body up, so she does less reach and foul, I think, than the other ones do. In general, she does. And she had 12 rebounds, but she also played more minutes than everybody else. She played 33 minutes, but she also had 5 assists and a steal and a block, and she scored 14 points. She had a decent game. The other players, all have negative plus minuses, especially Clark, who had a negative 30, and Mitchell only had 9 points. And so she and Nilissa Smith only had 2 points and was 1 for 6. She didn't have a good game. So she did have 3 rebounds and 3 assists. But anyways, and they didn't get a lot of Hall came off the bench and played pretty well. And they finally gave Taylor some playing time. And if she wants defense, Taylor was I think, if I'm not mistaken, she was first team all defense in the Big Ten, and which is one of the reasons they drafted her. So it's nice to give her some playing time in a situation where she's complaining about defense, but she still only got 7 minutes. If you're complaining about defense, bring her in earlier. She's a defensive specialist. I don't know. Exactly. I'm not that familiar with her, but I'm just saying.
Exactly.
So unfortunately, the coach keeps throwing the players underneath the bench, though. It's always you can't teach effort. It's never her fault. Rob, they were playing a zone last night. Mm-hmm. And it was like they had 3 people in the back, and the other 2 were just running around, leaving the middle open. And that she needs to be taught how to play a zone from Jim Boeheim in Syracuse or something, because they're not playing a good zone, and that's not all effort. That's coaching.
Right. I mean, if you're going to play a zone, most of the teams I coach actually did play like a 2-3 zone. I've done a 1-3-1 because nobody knows how to defend that. But a 2-3 zone is also can be called into a matchup man-to-man. So you can use the man-to-man principles also out of the 2-3. But if they pass the ball to the wing and then the other player just kind of follows that and they reverse the ball back around, it's kind of hard for the top two players. They're going to be tired. And then, like you said, it leaves the middle open. That's where it's open in the zone. And then when you get the ball in the middle, that's what creates problems.
Well, can you tell me defensively why Bonner was wide open in several plays throughout the game?
I'll go with bad coaching, and then I'll go with what the coach says. The players got to want it too. I mean, it's not just on the coach. You got to play defense, and like I said, they seem to play with their hands and not with their effort or mind. So, I mean, yeah, the coach is kind of to blame, not teaching them. But the defense, like what? How do I spell defense? You know how. So
I know I don't want to do any push-ups, Rob.
It's too early. I know it's too early.
WORK. I don't have to do push. I can't
early
do
in the morning. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's got to be effort out there too. You can't just wave your hand out there when you.
Right.
So.
Bonner averages 18 points a game. You got to key in on her. It's a very good score. And
why don't the Fever trap? How come the Fever don't double team?
That's too complicated for the coach. She doesn't know how to teach traps. I've said that earlier. I go, how come if they're going to double, triple team Clark? Why aren't they doing it to the best player on the other team?
Right.
It's not like they don't have the same skill level as the dream team. So to trap other teams, at least you should try it. If it doesn't work, then you abandon it. But why not try it? They don't seem to be trapping other teams. I don't understand. It's been effective for the coaches.
Or like I said, I played a 1-3-1. If you got a team that shoots good 3-pointers, it really confuses the other coaches how to do against that, because you got the person on the ball and you got two people on the wing and then the person in the middle and somebody running the baseline. And that's what I did. I was on the baseline. But I mean, you do different defenses to confuse the other team's offense.
Right. Well, they had no excuse for effort. Those excuses are gone. I think they have just one other time where they may have a tighter schedule with, because they had a lot of games in a short amount of time. But I don't know why they came out a little flat, especially defensively. There was all sorts of, they didn't get back on the breaks, after they missed a shot. Connecticut ran and they weren't back quick enough. There was a lot of problems with the defense, and it was
that's when I
including Clark. And
Clark, that's when I've pulled, like you said. I don't know why Boston wasn't pulled, but that I've done. If my team started like that, I pulled all 5 and put the other 5 in. I've done that before. Yeah,
I mean, I'll be honest. I think Carrington is probably one of the quickest people in the league. Like I said, I only watch Clark games because I refuse to watch the rest of this self-entitled angry league. But she seems like she's one of the fastest people in the league. Not quite as fast as Mitchell, but she is. And so she's a mismatch for Clark, because Clark's only like above average in speed for the WNBA.
And she matched up well. I see her, yeah.
So this woman's very, very quick. And so she had a mismatch, and she's outplayed her 3 times in a row. That may change when Clark gets used to the WNBA and has a better coach. But we talked about all the obstacles that Clark has had. And I think the fact that the coach is lousy might be her number one obstacle, Rob. And I think the coach, I've hesitated saying this because like the Clarksies, what our name for the super fans, who doesn't think Clark anything wrong and wants to fire the coach in preseason when she said something bad about Clark. I think she needs to be fired at this point. They're not going to win with this coach. She's putting the players underneath the bus. It's never her fault. And she seems clueless. She can't even teach them how to play a zone properly. And she never even runs screens for Clark going to the left, which is where she's most comfortable doing. She has Clark on the left with the ball. And I'm more and more convinced that Wheeler deserves some playing time, but it doesn't work when Wheeler and Clark are on the court at the same time. And you're going to have to play Clark 34, 35 minutes generally. So Wheeler's just going to have to get 5 minutes of playing time unless the game is a blowout one way or the other. Mm-hmm. Even though I don't think she's a bad player, I just don't think it works. Go ahead.
Like I said, I mean, I think I said that also. The coach is not. I don't think she knows. She may have done well last year, but I don't think she knows how to deal with coaching a superstar like Clark. Plus, overall, I don't think she's really that good a coach because, like you said, I think right now, especially, she's lost the team after last night's game. I'm pretty sure being a player, I'd be kind of, especially a starter, I'd be kind of upset. I'd be like, wait a minute, what's up with this? So
Right.
I think if she lasts the season, I'll be very surprised. I don't think she will though.
Once you lose the locker room with the coach, you've lost the team, you've lost your job, and I think that's what's taking place. This team has talent. So people say, oh, this team is lousy. No, the team is not lousy. It has talent. They have 5 good starters. One of them's been injured. Unfortunately, I think she's like maybe the key besides Clark, because I think she adds so much to the team in terms of her energy and the little hustle plays that she does. And she doesn't make dumb plays, and she plays good defense, which is what they're missing right now, Temi. So, and they have some depth. They're young. They have some depth. I could see if they had a great coach, this team being close to 500. They'd be under 500, but I could see this team being close. They've had a tough schedule so far too, but still, they could still play better. They don't get blown out in the first quarter with lack of effort and I don't know, weird zone they were playing. And
Yeah,
I don't, and I don't think they have Boston at the top of the key all the time, and she can't run the pick and roll well with Clark because she's not fast enough.
right. Yeah,
So
when she finally started doing it, but before she wasn't even doing that for
yeah,
her
well,
offense.
why not? Why don't we do it with Smith, or when Temi comes back, do it with her, and maybe the pick and roll will work better. And just go out and get a tape of Stockton Malone. If you don't know how to teach her as a pick and roll, and teach them, it's really not that complicated.
No, it's not that hard.
Rob can teach it to him if she needs. If she needs
I
somebody
used
to
to
come
do in high school. There was me and this other guy. I don't know if you remember him, Jim Gray. We did the pick and roll. It was a lot of fun. Either I shot it or I did like a little hook pass because he was kind of taller to him. So it's pretty easy to do. It's pretty simple to do.
We went to the same high school. Rob was a year ahead of me. Okay, so anyway, that's my feeling. Let me know down below in the comments if you think it's time to fire Coach Sides. I've been hesitant, but her attitude about just in terms of always the player's fault, never her fault, it really just seems not very smart. So I don't think she's very smart, and I also think that she's lost the team and she's just over in her head. She doesn't know how to handle a unique talent like Clark. I think they need more experienced coaches. This is only a first head coaching job at this level, and this is only your second year. And I just don't think, I don't know. It just, what they did last game, it just seems like it's like they were.
I told you at the beginning when the Iowa coach, when she left, and then her other assistant coach left, I go, uh-oh, something's going to happen. Don't be surprised if she's in there.
I don't like firing coaches quickly. And, I think Sides has a little bit of a difficult job handling Clark and everything. But if she can't do it, you got to get somebody else. And that's up to the ownership and coach and general manager and stuff. And they got to do something because she's lost the team, it looks like to me. And we'll see in the next game. Who knows? Maybe that pulling them off and not benching them in the fourth quarter or whatever wakes them up. Because they did lack. It wasn't all the coach's fault. They did lack the effort a little bit, and so I don't know what else to say except that it'd be nice. It'd be nice if they could find a veteran coach that could handle the situation. Maybe somebody who's coached Clark before. You, Rob? Okay, Rob's available.
Hello.
He's coached girls basketball before. Rob's available. All right. I'm an attorney. I could be your sports agent. Let us know down below if you think that Coach Side should be fired and replaced with Rob Glover. Let us know. You can't do any worse.
I know. I can't do any worse.
And I only played at an 8th grade church team. And I could figure this out better than her. I'd have there's assistant coaches they can. I don't think they should do. I think they should get a veteran coach who's coached in the WNBA before, who's had some success. There's got to be some out there. There's only 12 teams, which means there's probably coaches that have lost their jobs and are still around. Not Bill Lambier, but someone else. Okay. So that's all we have to say about that. But
all right, keep subscribing. We like the views, but
Yes,
Subscribe.
please
When you
hit that.
view,
Please
subscribe. That
subscribe
helps
and
us.
make comments and hit that like button on the videos. That helps us out. And we have a live show every Monday from 7 to 8. And I think we had 1 trillion viewers last night. We're looking for 2 trillion. We're almost up to 500 subscribers. We've only been doing this for a little over 2 months. So if you see not many subscribers, it's not because we're not popular. It's because we haven't been doing it long. So we need more. We need to get up to 1,000 is our goal. That's our first big goal. And so, give us a try. Anyways, so that's it for today. We're going to have another one on Caitlin Clark in the league and the Olympic team and stuff. We're going to do another one today. So look for the other video today. But this is our one in the game. We'll kind of want to limit it to the game and let us know what you think about Coach Sides.
All right. Peace out.
Take care.